It's glitter time! So for this lesson, we are going to bedazzle this cake. And with a little bit of work, we're gonna get a whole lot of glam. So we're gonna start by adding piping gel. This is gonna act as our glue. And we are gonna start from bottom to top. So that way I can place my hand here without getting it all sticky. And I don't want to use my turntable for this, only because this glitter is gonna stick everywhere. So I wanna keep my turntable safe. So I'll just rotate it nicely. And don't worry too much about kind of like touching the fondant or anything, because this is gonna be covered in glitter and you're not gonna be able to see anything. So just go ahead and paint it. You don't have to be very careful, just paint all of it. Make sure everything's covered, because whatever is not covered with the piping gel is not gonna get the glitter. Cover the whole thing. Now you don't want to put too much, draping too much, because then it's just gonna take forever to dry, and you don't want that either. And if you ever don't want to touch the actual cake, just move the parchment. There we go. Try to do this quickly, because sometimes it starts drying before you can actually put the glitter. And there we are. So you do want to make sure you get the edges very well, because sometimes that's the part where it doesn't stick as much as you would want it to stick. And then don't worry a lot about getting the center, because you're gonna put the top tier anyway on top, so you don't have to waste your product. And there we are. Okay, now let's just double check that we got everything covered. This side is missing a little bit. All right, so we are ready to add the glam. So I'm giving this a little shake because I kind of made my own gold glitter. And the way I did this was just by adding the regular disco dust, the white disco dust, and some gold dust. And that was it. Just add it together, mix it to whatever color or shade you like, and then just go ahead and add it. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on my hand, just enough. And I'm gonna start on the top. I'm gonna start on the top, kind of like spreading it. Spreading it to the sides. Okay, so at this point you can start. This is a little messy, but hey, it's all worth it. Don't worry about dropping it on the parchment, because you can always pick it up and reuse it. Okay. A little bit here. So pretty much pretend like you're in middle school again. I mean, kindergarten or something. And I like rub it on the sides. I seem to have a lot of excess here, so I'll take advantage and use the same. If I need more, I'll put more. And there we are. So when you're doing this, just make sure you have gloves, because otherwise you're gonna regret it. Nice and shimmery. Let's start by doing the bottom. So now is the time when I'm going to use my offset spatula, lift my cake, place it here for a moment, and then I'm gonna use all of my glitter, put it back in my container so I can reuse it. So carefully grab your cake. You're basically just gonna continue to apply the glitter until you can't see no more. Just recycle. Every time you run out on the cup, just put it back from the tray. This is very similar to when you do velour texture, which is when you use sugar and cornstarch to give like a stone type of look. So it's basically the same way. You paint or you put whatever mirror glaze or something, piping gel, and then you kind of rub the cake with it on the sides and just the same way as you would do with this glitter. And just so you know, this is actually edible. It's non-toxic. Obviously, it doesn't taste delicious, but you can eat it and there's no issue with that. Okay. So let's do the same thing again. Fold your parchment and put it back in the cup. So if for some reason you have marks of your fingers, maybe because you had a little too much of the mirror glaze or piping gel, you can just add more glitter. See, that's the solution to all the problems. You just add more glitter. Starting to look really good to me. I think it looks good. So we're done. Now we just have to clean up the glittery mess.